Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Lawyers and Dragons for the season finale of at least Trees of Eternity. We'll have to see if it goes further than that, but I am getting some word that it might. To everybody else on the stream, Alyte, Ian, Rob, David, I don't know that we have anything else to intro here, right? Do we have anything else going on today that I want to make sure that people know about before the show?
No.
Perhaps.
Well, let's
no.
Ignore glitter blade. Sorry, I'm gonna say that again. Ignore glitter blade.
We always do.
Well, folks, they're being a little bit coy and a little bit shy this morning. But as you can see on the pinned message on the chat, we are going to be doing a Talking Dragons after party at the end of the season where you can ask David all the questions you want, where he will reveal all the secrets, like a good David Copperfield special from 1987. Because my references are always topical and timely in this space. And Ian is doing I think, is it a one-shot, Ian?
It is, although it might become more than that. But I'm just doing a test because it's been a long time since I ran anything along these lines. But it'll be Stars Without Number at 6 p.m. Mountain, so 8 p.m. Eastern. And we've got some faces that people might recognize, including David from Prototopics and our very own Secret McSquirrel.
Yes.
So I am excited. It's going to be kind of a testing out the universe. And if that works, I've got ideas for how to make that sort of a thing that happens irregularly, but still sort of in the same universe, if that makes sense.
And I do want to thank people that are already gifting memberships. That is super cool, everyone. Thank you so much. We're all very excited about this finale. Ian's excited about his show. David's excited about Talking Dragons. That's going to be on his channel. We've got a redirect already going on this, so hopefully people just be sent over, but YouTube breaks all the time. Hey, YouTube. So you might just want to keep in mind that it is going to be on Prototopics channel. We're all really pumped. With that said, David, take us to the finale.
Well, so I have a quick plug for that show.
Yeah,
before we get started. We're going to be answering your questions, but we're already taking your questions. So we've been doing it for the last few days over on the Prototopics Discord. You could go ahead and write in questions that you want us to answer on stream after this show, and you get there by going to prototopicsparty.com and
prototopicsparty.com.
Yes.
All
That's
right.
how you get the Discord.
Ooh. Okay.
You know, in case Twitter dies, we got to go somewhere, right?
Oh my
Rick?
goodness gracious. I just did a video on this, David.
And with that,
if you're on Twitter, the safe bet, if you're making a Twitter post, is to bet for Twitter to be alive. And the reason why is because either you're right and then you look really smart, or the evidence is going to go away and then no one will know.
I feel like you could use that in a lot of different contexts, and I don't know that we want to advise people about that.
I like
no legal advice here.
I like Glitterblade has come to slay, right? You got the fashion side. You also got the assassin side. He's the fashion assassin, folks. All right.
Guys, I don't know what I ever thought when we started this thing, but I pretty dang sure it wasn't going to be that by the end of it, I would have a rainbow-colored unicorn hoodie and a sword that lights up that has its own tag and instruction manual. Like
D&D takes you places, man.
He has the power, folks.
You signed up to this however many months ago, and you're like, this is where we knew it would end, in a unicorn onesie with a rainbow sword.
Tell you what, I don't do anything halfway.
No half.
You know what?
measure.
We're gonna take that as a euphemism, and the chat's gonna.
Ian's already ready.
You're gonna suggest that as a euphemism, and the chat's gonna. Oh, we're there.
Well, David, I think we're all excited about the finale. We're all ready to go. We're in moods. Let's start it up.
Let's get going. Let's get to it. So, welcome back, everybody, to Lawyers and Dragons, the Trees of Eternity finale. Notice how I said Trees of Eternity finale. This campaign is coming to a close. How it closes, we're all going to find out together in real time. So buckle your seatbelts, get the popcorn, and
is nobody going to get eaten?
Yeah, well, that remains to be
the major-
seen, and it is up to you, folks. Should nobody get eaten today, I think nobody's fate lies in your hands. And so, picking up on last week, a lot of things happened. We had a fading brother. We had a Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good moment. We had a dragon chicken Jurassic Park moment, like Chris Pratt holding the hands up, trying to guide the dragon
That's what
hawk.
they say about me. I look just like Chris Pratt.
Sorry, do they say Chris Pratt or do they say crisp rat?
Oh my goodness, great.
Oh,
Look at this
Ian
happening already in the
Ian got
morning.
sleep last night. Ian got sleep last night.
Ian's ready
Ian
to
got
go.
3 hours of sleep last night, and Ian is
That's-
powered entirely by Red Bull.
Yeah.
This
Ian's
live stream is
consciousness
sponsored by
brought to
Red
you
Bull.
By Red Bull.
The
Yeah.
potion that gives Ian's body the motion.
Red
All
Bull
right.
gives Ian wings. So a lot of things have clearly happened. Many of you are still standing there amongst this pile of just kind of magical green dust that's just descended down and kind of splattered out across this ground here as the tree was dusted. It was destroyed by the broken amulet that Ryan crushed before also disintegrating himself, fading away from reality. And so there was still the Dragon Hawk got a little aggressive and was charging up to attack the team, and nobody was able to hold it in place for a little bit of time before climbing atop of it, and then was accidentally, or perhaps it was intentionally, teleported away by Lima, who used her amulet.
Oh, Lima didn't intend for that to happen.
There we go. Okay, now it's confirmed. And so Lima used her amulet in attempts to calm the beast as it was getting rambunctious, but
Had the opposite effect.
and actually kind of teleported him away because nobody was carrying a piece of the magical tree with him since episode 2. And it was
I have a piece of the magical tree with me.
he's got a piece
I
of
inhaled it.
And aside from Ghostblade having his own adventure last week, we had clearly some drama. Ghostblade decided to partake in the consumption of magical tree dust through the nostrils, and that sent him on an adventure where he seemed to have been having a conversation with the recently deceased.
Mm-hmm.
Gimlet
and seemingly trapped.
Tripping trees.
Tripping trees. He was trapped for a moment, but then did come back. And so we are currently here, and also, and very most importantly, is Lima came face to face with her brother for the first time, who she's clearly been after for a while, trying to reconnect and find out where he's been and what he is up to. And it's revealed that Kovas has become one with these rogues in black armor, taking up crusade against these trees, allegedly claiming that their mother is alive and on the other side, and they need to return there to get her back. But real quick, we're going to start with nobody who's currently trapped somewhat, possibly, in another land on the back of a dragon hawk. And in front of you, nobody, as I had said last week, you see through the tree line a giant yellow eye, golden eye, just kind of staring at you through the darkness of the trees. And up on your shoulder is Hardy the cat, who says, "Don't move. If you move, he'll get really mad."
I immediately dive down on my dragon hawk and try to get as low as possible so he can't see me.
Stealth check.
Oh, that's not my finest stat, David. Uh-oh. The D means advantage, right?
It means disadvantage.
Yeah, I thought it might. 12?
That is a 12.
Dead vantage.
Nobody. You drop onto the chicken, like just kind of low, dropping low, trying to like look around. Are
Tom
you looking?
Cruise Mission Impossible 1 style.
You're looking in that direction.
Yeah, I'm looking at the eyeball.
And as you like kind of sit there and wait, It's clearly looking in your direction, but you don't know if it's looking directly at you. It's only a single eyeball, possibly a side profile.
Yeah.
And then it moves through the trees. And you can just kind of hear and watch as many trees rustle back and forth as this eyeball moves away.
Okay.
And all you can see through that little spot where there's just enough light piercing through the veil of the trees, green scales with a long, scaly body that walks by.
That might be a dragon. Hardy, is that a dragon?
What is a dragon?
What? A dragon. Like a lizard with wings and breathes fire, tail, large.
Often found in dungeons.
Like big. We call them chickens here.
You call dragons chickens.
Right, they're chickens because they have big wings that they think they could fly.
They can't fly?
Well, they can, but we like to make fun of them.
Okay. Okay. Are we riding a chicken right now?
No, we're riding Dragonhawk. Different species.
But you said dragon there. You said dragon as part of the name.
Well, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Nobody.
Okay. All right. Well, can we coax the Dragonhawk into following the chicken dragon?
Look, Dragonhawk here, already confused, probably has very bad headache because just traversed planes and dimensions and stuff. Probably let's not upset him without attracting Brian over there. We call him Brian.
You call that thing Brian?
Well, his real name is Azagog, but we call him Brian.
Azagog, quote unquote, Brian, the dragon chicken.
What? No, the big dragon. That is Brian.
Okay. Well.
Okay, I should be honest. I am the only one who calls him Brian.
Hardy, do you have friends here?
Does Hardy have friends anywhere?
Me? Here?
Yes.
I mean, I could say yes, but it might be lying.
Well, you're from here, aren't you?
Maybe.
Why are you? Hardy is being very difficult this morning. All right, Hardy.
This morning?
We're going to try. Can we coax the Dragonhawk into? Can we ride it like a horse? Can we coax it into going the direction we want? I want to try to get the
Wasn't
Dragonhawk.
this thing like all chaos, and you want to like coax it?
Yeah, we brought a Dragonhawk. He's on my team now.
Right, and you're on its back. And whereas before it was like kind of like aggressive, right now it's still and calm.
Yeah,
clearly, you get the feeling it's a little uncomfortable where it is, possibly it's in danger.
Oh well, we want to soothe it first. I'm going to soothe it.
Animal,
give it a nice rub. Animal handling check.
Right.
What are these? These aren't real checks.
No, false. I had one when I had Nightwind. I know that it's one that you difficult.
No, I'm making it up as I go along. It's not an animal handling.
There's no animal handling. Ooh, 17.
Ooh. 17.
That sounds pretty good.
Is that even a real check?
Nobody. You start. What do you do to try and calm the dragon?
Okay, so I'm laying prone on it. I'm going to sit up a little bit, and then nobody's just going to lightly stroke the Dragonhawk just in front of it. Yeah, it's going to be okay, buddy. But we're going to have to follow that giant Brian.
That's right, giant Brian. Let's get it trending.
Hashtag giant Brian.
Shrimp fried giant Brian.
Yeah, the Dragonhawk is just going to like kind of start moving forward very slowly. You could tell it's very uncomfortable looking back and forth.
We're all uncomfortable.
And that is true. I am very uncomfortable. You feel how humid it is here in this jungle? Not good.
Yeah, it's not good for cat fur, huh?
Do you look back?
Yeah, I'll look at Hardy. How's Hardy looking?
He looks like a puffball. His hair is all stuck out.
Yeah, it's all right. We're gonna get through this together, everybody.
He's a floof.
So he's a long-haired kitty then.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was envisioned that he was a short hair for some reason, but okay.
I just envision evil. So.
Oh my
goodness! Of course not.
Hardy is a fast friend. All right.
So you've commanded the Dragonhawk, and it begins moving forward. And with that, we're going to jump to the rest of the team. There's a lot's happened there, so let's just jump through Gimlet first, and then we'll go through the lineup. So Gimlet, you just watched as nobody, the Dragonhawk and Hardy vanished. The tree has disintegrated. There is now a small, what started off as a large pile of green dust is rapidly disappearing. And so there's now there's just a small kind of scattering of green dust on the ground around you.
Now, I think I'd gotten some of that into a flask before. Is it vanishing out of the bottle?
Do you check it?
Yes.
As you check and look at it, you watch as it kind of keeps changing shape. It starts as a dust, but then clearly is moving through the vial, casting this kind of chromatically green, shape-changing stream of magic in the bottle.
And Ghostblade is still where I am, correct?
Correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ghostblade's still there.
Gimlet looks over to Ghostblade and says, "Well, things seem to be going about as normal, about as well as normal."
Yeah, nobody did something, did something that without impulse control, and is no longer here. He hasn't been eaten though yet.
As far as we know.
As far as we know, he disappeared. We don't know.
I am interdimensionally offended.
Are we sure he didn't get eaten by another?
Make it a quote.
I am interdimensionally offended.
I feel like that needs to be on merch.
Yeah.
You check in-game Twitter, and that's what you see. What are Gimlet and Ghostblade doing?
I'm looking at my hand to the tattoo, because the last time someone disappeared, I remember that thing glowing.
You look down at your hand and you see that there is a very faint glow coming off of it, but not the same as when you yourself disappeared. And then it was very bright, but there is that kind of greenish glow on the palm of your hand where that tattoo is.
And I'm really concerned right now that it's going to increase in the glow. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I'm worried about nobody, but also teleportation, generally speaking, led us to a lot of things that we could have avoided. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like this diminishes the role of our bad ideas, which is just to say our ideas.
Fair.
Gimlet, is there anything you're commanding Dismas to do?
No, and I'm not. Well, I mean, Dismas does listen to me. He's a good familiar, but
he's now got a feather hat on.
I think at this point, I'm just letting him sort of do his thing, which probably isn't the greatest idea, but I don't have other chaotic ideas right now. So Dismas being Dismas seems like that's okay.
Okay. Dismas is going to kind of just move around the area, but slowly, just like looking around. Jumping to Lima. Lima, as you've just kind of held up your amulet and cast this spell of sorts that you didn't really know you were casting, and nobody disappears, and the Dragonhawk vanishes, and they're gone. And on the other side of that, you see your brother approaching you. It's like, what are you doing? Don't do that, no! And then the vanishing happens, and you see him on the other side.
Okay. Lima's going to kind of like look at the spot where nobody just was and be like, what just happened? And then look down at the amulet and just kind of like stand there staring at it.
Look, there's things you don't understand yet. We should talk about what these do, what these are, who we are. There's so much that we were never told.
Can Gimlet and I hear any of this?
Absolutely. Yeah, he's being loud.
Okay, well, one of us should walk over there. Well, I'll walk over there. Someone needs to start talking. Start telling the things that you didn't tell.
Gimlet will follow along just because otherwise he's going to get eaten by something if he's on his own.
Lima's going to kind of push him over to the side, to where like there's I think there was like a short wall in the courtyard.
Yes, there is.
right? So I'm gonna make him. She's gonna make him like sit down and say like, "You're gonna tell me everything from the beginning."
That's a long
Okay.
story.
And are you trying to move them away from Gimlet and Ghostblade?
No, she just wants to make sure that he's not going to move around and that he's going to have a comfortable place to be for a while, essentially.
Let me tell you
Basically,
everything.
cops
No, there
cornering
is too much.
somebody for an interrogation.
Maybe.
And as he like kind of slumps down and he just looks upset and disappointed. Things are not clearly haven't gone his way, and he's just gonna look up and be like, it wasn't supposed to be like this. None of this was supposed to happen this way.
What was supposed to happen?
So look, the reality is that Rhine, the Black Knight, that was going place to place recruiting people who have been affected by magical creatures or impacted in some way by magical creatures, and that's who all of these people were. That's who we are, impacted, life's changed by outside magical forces.
Why do you say we? How were we impacted by this?
Because our mother was taken
By whom?
by magical creatures on the other side of these trees.
How do you even know this to begin with? And even if you know it, how can you be certain that that's true?
It's like a headlines here, folks.
The Lawyers and Dragons is coming out today, folks.
All right, David.
Oh no, it's fine. Look, and he's gonna
Cross-examination.
He's gonna point to the amulet that you're still holding in your hand, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because those aren't from here. They're not from this world. They're from the other side, and so are we.
These are family heirlooms. These have been in our family for generations, we were told.
We were told, and that's true. But generations from here and also from there. And the reason I know is because I started doing magic on it and conducting spells with it. And I discovered that you can use it to interact with the other side. There is another plane, another world out there that's connected to this one. And these are the keys to get to the other side.
Does anyone else feel like Corvus is being just really vague with the story and letting little bits out and not really being direct with the information?
Don't assassinate
point.
Ghostblade.
I'm not.
As a dagger starts to slowly move across the room.
Literally, the dagger is coming out, and I'm like, "This is the Soul Sealer 3000. Please, like, start in actual words. Like, no more of the partition discussion. Give us the story, beginning, middle, end. How did we get here? What's going on? What do the amulets do? Let us get to our friend and help him."
Your focus is in a good place.
What
You
happened?
big people all have tremendous family drama. Have you considered therapy?
Lima's going to turn to him and say, look, our mother died when we were very, very young. We were told she fell off a cliff, but that has never really felt completely real. So
Exactly.
Corvus does have something. He has something to the fact of there being more to the story about our mother, but I still believe that she died a long time ago, though. She the idea that she's still alive and that she's in some other dimension is crazy to me.
But I've talked to her.
You've talked to her?
In not so many ways. Yes, I was using the amulet and I was able to connect with someone on the other side in this other world, and it was her, and I could see her. I saw a reflection, and it wasn't me, and it was her.
How do you know that this was actually her and not just some sort of spell to make it look like it's her?
I just know. Don't you have a feeling like there's more going on here than we ever could have known?
All the time. All the time.
Ghostplay having an identity crisis in the corner.
He's just lightly rubbing the gem with the unicorn.
There's a potion to cure that, friend. It's called Scotch.
I tried the tree and Haley thing. It didn't work, and it just made me go to a place where I saw dead people.
I'm sorry, what? No.
Look, we were kids and things happened and we were told that our mother fell off of a cliff. But where was the body? We never found her. We had a funeral. Was she even there? Did we actually bury her? I just don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. There's more going on here. You know how vague our family was when we were growing up. They wouldn't tell us anything.
You're still vague, friend.
I just want
it's a family trait.
The chat to realize how this has truly come full circle. The lawyers are all in pure lawyer and dragons form. Like I am so impressed. We've done it, folks.
Like David thinks he's in control of the story, and no, we are crossing. We are actually directing him. This is crossing.
Poor David is finding out how little he wants to
control the pace.
It's a cross-examination, but by 3 people at the same time.
Oh, Gimlet's not cross-examining. He's just throwing shade.
Oh my gosh. We are the one who knocks.
Oh man.
So he's recounting this to you and he begins getting very emotional with it, that this is something he's very passionate about. Would you like to insight check him?
Yes.
You can insight check him.
All right.
Ooh.
21.
On a 21. So as you're looking at him as he's talking to you and telling you this, it's clearly jumbled, but there's a chance that it's jumbled because of how emotionally distraught he's becoming. So
when you say it's jumbled, what do you mean by that?
Well, so it's not a full timeline. It's an Amber Heard timeline. We talk about it here, we talk about it there. It's not, we don't have full chronology.
Oh,
that doesn't help convince me.
2013 became 2012, and then all of a sudden we're back in.
Oh,
and
man.
it's contradicted by your own evidence.
So Lima is very, very concerned that Kovas has been tricked by some illusion that's geared to try to like get him onto the side of these people.
Kovas is mainstream media in this.
No, I think he's a victim of the MSM.
I'm sorry.
All right, moving hastily onwards.
No, nobody is he is interdimensionally both offended, shocked, and appalled.
Nobody's over there. My day is ruined.
I'm still on my Dragon Hawk, but I have this inkling that something's gone terribly awry.
There's a disturbance in the force.
Mm-hmm.
So really, what do you do? So he's telling you this story, explaining that he doesn't believe the stories you were told as children. He then was experimenting with the amulet that you guys were all given, and frankly, you would have also noticed that there are magical properties to this. Clearly, things happening when you're within the vicinity of these trees. There is some kind of connection, so that can't be a lie.
Right.
He says that he saw a vision of sorts of your mother where he was like seeing her reflection. I can't really I can't really spoil things that like I'm trying not to like.
Okay.
I feel like in the finale, it's no longer considered a spoiler.
Right, but we still have an hour and a half to go. So
Okay, so Lima is she definitely doesn't deny the magical properties of the amulet, because that's been pretty clear this entire time. The fact that it has amplified her powers at certain times, her abilities to do spells. It also has transported her before to have these visions and whatnot. And so that, like, Lima definitely accepts, right? And she doesn't deny the possibility that the other amulet probably also has similar magical properties. But the idea, but she's still very concerned that Kovas has been tricked by some kind of an illusion to believe that this is their mother on the other side of some sort of like mirror or something like that, reflection, as you say.
Right.
So, because I'm kind of getting like Mirror of Erised vibes here.
And what is Gimlet and Ghostblade doing at this point while they're having this conversation?
I'm shocked at the reference. That's what I'm doing.
Which reference?
Gimlet is just
Well,
kind
just
of
pulled
watching
out.
this and shaking his head. He's like, "Oh, you big people."
I still want answers. I still want so many answers to questions I know I'm not going to get at this point in time.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
He looks over to Ghostblade and says, "We haven't met any of your relatives yet, and I'm feeling that's okay.
It's fine.
No
if you
need to
don't want
introduce us."
I don't really have very many. So I'm just going to sit there and sharpen daggers while this conversation is going on.
And he's gonna like eventually pull himself to his. Kovas is gonna stand to his feet slowly and look. Maybe you don't have to believe me about where our
That's
mother
good.
is. I don't know where she is, but I know that she's over there. And we were recruited because all of these other people, these other people that we all wear this black armor. It's to represent us going against these magical forces that we have no control over. And we wanted to banish them from our world, cut them off at the source. But Ryan made a deal with me that he would help me get to the other side so I can go and find Mom.
How do we do that part? How do we do that part?
What?
To get to the other side. How do we do that part?
I don't fully know yet. He's the one that knew, but he wouldn't tell me.
How much did he tell you?
He says that it has to do with that the trees are more like doorways.
Okay.
And that there's at least 3 of them here, and we had to destroy all 3, but we were going to use the 3rd to cross over.
Any idea where the 3rd is?
It's far from here.
How far?
Too far.
In what direction?
How far? Too far.
What about the tree dust that our little short friend has in the bottle? Can he shake that up? Can we use that to get somewhere?
Just to be clear, the person that you're talking to is not a trained wizard or magical person. He's wearing armor, but like from your experience looking him up and down, he wouldn't
know the answer to this question.
He also doesn't look like a mage or a wizard, so he probably wouldn't know the proper answer.
How long would it take for us to get there, Kovas?
Well, if we went to the other tree, it would surely just take too much time, and we might get lost. I mean, we were told that there's a mountain we have to cross through that people haven't actually seen the tree. There's just legends of this, where this is the final resting place of that tree. I don't think it's going to be any use to us now. I don't know what to do. And with that, let's just jump over to Nobody real quick. Nobody, you have been crawling around with this dragon hawk.
We're on it.
And
Yeah.
you're following the dragon.
Yeah, we have no questions here. We have no intellectual curiosities. We have only action.
That sounds really cool.
It is, Hardy. We're the coolest.
We're
Hardy
really
and
cool.
Nobody in the jungle.
We're singing now. We have theme song.
We do. We're working on it. We've been working on it for a while because so much conversation and time has been spent. Yeah.
Can my theme song be Danger Zone from Top Gun?
Which one?
Oh, sure. Yeah. We
No,
can do
that's
Danger Zone.
copyrighted.
Oh. Can we
Back
play
to
it
the
right
lawyers.
now?
We'll ride a dragon hawk into the danger zone. By
this is
Loggins.
I think nobody and Hardy are actually where you go, where you get sent when you get a copyright strike.
Oh. That it's all a metaphor for YouTube's content ID system. Check out Virtual Legality. Yeah, no.
Shameless of the shameless plugs.
Yes. Well, no, we're in action. We're following along with Brian. Hopefully, our Dragon Hawk, which we're gonna have to give a name to, Hardy. By the way, at some point, it's gonna need a name.
Yeah.
We have to
I
give
feel like
him
the
a
Dragon
name.
Hawk might not be alive.
Well, we don't want to say the
name
Dragon
name.
Hawk all the time, right? And he's helping us out.
Let's call him Dylan.
Dylan. All right, sounds
Sure.
good. Very
Why
fantasy-like.
not?
You could call him Michael.
Dylan. All right. Well, Dylan's going to help us find Brian. And we may or may not be on a fantasy quest through a jungle of an interdimensional species, or we might be looking for our kid in a middle school homeroom. Either way, we're good to go.
I am interdimensionally shaking my head.
I feel like Hardy is like Russell from Up with his naming of creatures. It's Kevin.
Dylan and Brian.
Kevin's a girl. Anyway.
All right. So we're just keep it on. What else do we see, David?
Right. So as you guys are moving through, and like I had said last week, the jungle feels and looks alive. It's very loud. There's tons of noise from other creatures that live here, just rustling and moving, and you hear like the kind of muffled noises, the growling, all the sounds moving all around you. And I should say it's pretty kind of dark. There's not a real good line of sight on the sun coming down here.
We have a full canopy above us.
Right. Yeah. Full canopy. The tree line above you is pretty thick.
All right. That's good to know.
And as you're moving through, you kind of start to see that ahead of you is this very gigantic dragon, very large dragon that's just kind of walking through.
That's Brian.
This jungle. That's Brian right there. Yes, that's him.
Okay.
You see him?
Fantastic.
Look at his tail. Isn't it silly? We should make fun of his tail.
Why would we make fun of it? It's majestic. It's large.
Do you have a tail?
No, I don't have. Well, do I have a tail? That's a great question.
Do you have a tail?
Buddy. I don't know.
I'm not going to try to find out. You could just say yes or no.
I don't. Can you check back there, Hardy? I don't know.
I would rather not.
I mean, all right, okay.
I don't know what I will find.
You have a tail.
You might have two tails.
You know you have a tail.
I have a tail?
Yes, you have a tail.
I know I don't have thumbs, but I have a tail.
You have a tail. And we have a tale to tell.
My mind is blown right now.
I know, right? We're having fun. You're a friend.
Now nobody's back to friends.
You're on repeat when you say that, and it's a little strange.
Oh, yeah. So we see a giant dragon in front of us. Isn't this cool, Hardy? We're on an adventure. I hope our friends somehow figure out how to get here soon.
Right.
Me too.
Well, it might be hard for them to get through without like alerting the dragon. See, we got through because we were riding giant chicken. No offense, Dylan. But we got through. We were on Dylan.
Yeah.
So we kind of weren't really seen, but he would see us.
He would see us,
like,
but he's distracted by Dylan.
Right.
Oh,
so if
then
your
we need to
friends
add Dylan
come
to the
through,
theme song.
Dragon is going to try to eat them. And they are, well, I've seen your friends. They're not very high in calories, but they're enough calories to make it worth it. It's like a fruit snacks.
Dragons, like, why would the dragon try to eat them?
Because they're not from here.
He has a taste for things that aren't from around here. He likes exotic foods.
We are in. Wait, you don't know where we are? You don't know where this is?
I mean, you've talked about eternity enough. I assume that's where we are.
Right. So we're in eternity right now.
Uh-huh.
And like I said, I don't like it here because I am small and the big things try to eat me. Not good. Right.
Okay. But
right.
The dragon is pretty cool. Maybe I could ride on its back.
Oh,
I really don't think he's going to like that.
Oh, but we can use our animal handling. Huh?
Dragons are not animals.
I can speak Draconic.
You can speak Draconic from inside its stomach.
It has happened before, Hardy.
Guys, hit that poll.
Suddenly the poll flips to 60% yes.
It has happened before, Hardy, but wouldn't it be fun to see if we could ride Brian?
I would like to not be on your shoulders right now. I feel very uncomfortable.
Back in the bag, Hardy.
I feel like you're going to get us into some danger we can't get out of.
Really?
right,
You feel that way now, Hardy?
Nobody looks.
I feel that way often, voice in the sky.
Nobody's going to go into his bag and get out the dragon book that was given to him in the magical capital and see if anything looks like Brian.
Okay, give me a history check as you're flipping through the book.
Oh, sure, I can do that.
I forgot about that dragon book.
Well, it looked like it was a nat 20, but it's actually a 2. Does that make a difference?
So you start flipping through the book, and there's clearly tons of data on dragons in this book. However, you're not able to associate what you're seeing with what could possibly be in this book because you still haven't had clear line of sight on the dragon.
Oh,
So you
maybe
don't find anything specific.
Hardy, we have to flank it.
What do you mean get flank it? What does flanking mean?
Flank it.
What
We
is
have
that?
to go. So instead of staying right at its butt and laughing at its tail, which I'm glad is very humorous to you, buddy.
It's funny.
We're
Yes.
Yes, it's very funny tail. You got it. We're going to go and we're going to try to get to one of the sides so we can see a little bit more in profile and I can identify this dragon.
Okay, because flanking sounds like some kind of dance, and I can't dance.
Oh, you can dance if you want to.
You could leave your
You can
friends
leave
behind.
your friends
Oh
behind.
my God.
What is that? You said the thing, and voices start speaking.
Hardy, I'm glad you have interdimensional communications capabilities. That might come in handy at some point if they never get their butts over here. Let's try to flank with Dylan and see if we can get Brian in profile.
Right. So you move. You gesture to the Dragonhawk to move. Yes.
Yeah, we're just trying to kind of get it to move a little bit offline from Brian so that we can see it a little bit better from the side.
Aren't
Right.
dragons' eyes kind of located like on the side of their heads? Like,
We'll have to see where this dragon lives.
Well, you're going to advance and flank left and get a full profile of it. And what you're looking at is a very large dragon. And though it is still very, very dark, give me a perception check.
Oh, yes, I will. Happily. Eight.
On an 8, what you could see, but you can't see its full body. You can't really see its head from where you're like mid-range with it. But what you can see is that it has very, very large wings. And on those wings, you see hundreds and possibly thousands of scars and burns and battle damage.
Oh, it's been through some
That's never a
stuff,
good
Artie.
sign.
Oh no! See, Brian here, or what they call him Azagog, but I call him Brian. Right?
Azagog, yeah.
Right. He's the one that stops people from getting in. He's like, you know how there are like legends in your world of like trolls who guard bridges.
Yeah.
You cross a bridge, troll on the other side says, "No, give me money, or I eat you."
Why did I need to cross the bridge?
We crossed the bridge.
You had excess money.
Oh.
We-
So
we-
trolls, okay. And then so what do we have to give Brian to get into eternity?
Oh no!
what
See,
kind of money
that's
does
the
he want?
difference between that world and this world. He just eats us. There is no money, no deal. He just eats us.
Does he have a boss? Maybe we could talk to his handler.
Well, I think he's one of like 5 bosses, 5 peoples, and his job is like to like control. No people get in, but many people get out.
I think
Wait,
we could
nobody-
talk to him.
Nobody wants to talk to the manager of Eternity?
yeah, nobody went Karen again.
Hey, I just think we could communicate better and potentially sort this whole thing out before it becomes a problem.
I feel like you think this is a good idea. Heat of moment. You feel like really good heroic. It's not going to work that way. He sees you. He eats you on contact.
Nobody yells out Azagog to see if he can get Brian's attention.
Oh no. First, give me a charisma check, because that's a charisma check. And then we'll find out what happens in a second as we jump back to the rest of the crew.
So I got a charisma saving throw, and I've got intimidation and persuasion on my checks for charisma. What am I rolling?
What are you trying to intimidate? Are you trying to persuade?
No, I just yelled his name.
It would be just a charisma, then sends just regular charisma.
So that's in saving throws?
No, it's up. There's a check
charisma.
and then there's a save. There's two different.
What check do you need to be delicious? Because I feel like he's going to need that.
Oh,
in a
he's
moment.
very
Hey,
charismatic.
David, you want to
Nat 20, 24.
natural
That's
20, David?
That's the dice.
I worry
RNG is in your favor today.
Nobody knows what he's doing.
I worry that maybe nobody is using all of his good rolls too early.
I think something tells me nobody is watching the YouTube poll and thinks he's safe.
Artie, what's a YouTube?
You know, it's this thing of like, I'll have to explain later because I have to find ways to explain it in this language. You know, the language barrier, eternity, your world is different.
We're gonna make Azagog a friend.
Oh.
Oh,
I have very bad blood pressure right now. So with that, we jump back over to Lima and Kovas, and Kovas has just stood up and he's looking at you, and he's just finished telling you how he doesn't believe what you guys were told as kids. And Ghostblade is asking, had brought up, well, what about the other tree? And so Kovas is just going to say, look, we might be able to get your friend back, but we won't be able to get to that tree in time. It could take us weeks to get there.
All right, first part. You were like, you started the first part. We might be getting your friend back. And then you stopped and you went to the second part, which is the tree. Go back to the first part. How do we get the friend back part?
Well, she still has an amulet.
Okay.
Those are keys.
Okay.
If we
this could get us to where nobody is?
Our amulets were keys this whole time. They're magical keys. But the trees, they're the doors.
So was there some other amulet for the first tree?
Oh, in the first one that burned down?
Yeah.
No, they burned it. They just burned it down. They conjured so much magic. It actually weakened him for a long time.
How many other keys are there to these doorways?
As far as Ryan said, that there should only be two. Now you have the only one.
Nice.
Well, it seems like a key only works with the doorway, doesn't it? So we have to get to that third tree, but we need to figure out how to get nobody.
Well, we have to get over to the other side then to get him.
Oh, this is so cyclical. Oh my gosh. Okay. Key. When was the last time you saw the key work, and how did the key work?
I only ever used magic on it and saw those visions like I had mentioned. I know it has magical properties and it made me feel like powerful, but I didn't know how to harness. I'm not a magic user. I'm more like a bard or a rogue, such as yourself. Yeah. So, but Lima here she does have magic. So if anybody can make this work, it's going to be her. And there's still all of that green dust there.
Yeah, what if you like amulet tree dust? Lima, any ideas? Can we go over there? And
I like amulet tree dust as a kind of Zork incantation.
Just sprinkle some of the tree dust on the amulet and see if it poof and weed.
I think it's past Zork, because Zork, you'd have to say what you're doing with the amulet. We're into like the adventure game, the first point and click adventure games where you're like, I am stuck. Let's try everything in my inventory on the interesting thing.
Kind of where we are.
For the record, chat, I knew Ian would do that.
Do you all look over at the pile of green dust?
Yep, I am.
You notice that the pile itself has gotten a little bit larger than it was before?
That's interesting.
It's odd.
That's concerning.
I had a bad experience with that, so I'm not going to go over there. But I
So-
am gonna comment that
Maybe Glitterblade, maybe just don't inhale.
mm, mm.
He's
was a
learned
weird
his
trip.
lesson, hasn't he? Yeah.
It was a weird.
If
trip.
you inhale, it might impact your political chances later in life.
Sure.
the murders won't.
No, no, they won't.
Murders are no problem.
Murders are expected by politicians. Is that what it is?
You guys move over to the pile of
Yeah, I
green
so
dust?
Lima's gonna go walk like squarely into the middle of this pile, basically
Oh,
holding
as
the
you-
amulet.
As you walk through the pile of dust, you kind of clip something with your foot, and
Oh,
you
no.
see what was making the pile larger as a little monkey runs out.
Oh,
And Dismas was
Dismas!
he was in the green dust hiding.
Dismas is so high.
And as he runs out, he's just covered in green dust, looking around frantically, like
You know what? I'll whistle for Dismas to come back here and like stop snorting all of the green dust.
I just need to go comfort Dismas. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Yeah, exactly. Just sort of like pat,
It'll be okay.
pat Dismas and be like,
it'll be okay.
Oh
yeah,
man.
you walk over, and yeah, you're standing. There's just a pile of this green dust there, and Kovas is standing behind you and says, "Do you have any idea what to do?"
Not really, no. But I'm thinking, based on what happened with Nobody,
Mhm.
he had the amulet. That was I had the amulet, but I was pointing it at him, and then he had the tree branch, and that was what transported them. So I'm wondering if all of us step onto the tree dust together, and then I meditate on this amulet, maybe we'll all transport together to the same place.
It's worth a shot.
this seems like a bad idea, which puts it on par with the rest of ideas. Let's do it.
That's the spirit, Gimlet.
Dismas hops along and jumps onto the pile there and just puts a hand up, and then puts another hand up to hold hands.
It's a hand-holding circle.
It's a cute scene.
I love it. So yeah, so I Lima's envisioning like everyone just kind of gets in a circle and like either holds hands or like links arms or something, so that everybody's just kind of like together.
And with that, what do you choose to do?
Not die.
Lima takes out the amulet in her hand. She sort of like puts it out forward so that it's kind of like in front of everyone. And then she just like closes her eyes and meditates on it, thinking specifically about Nobody and Hardy and the Dragonhawk, to see if maybe she can find like where they are, and that can like sort of draw them to where they are.
Oh, next to the dragon. Cool. This will be fun.
It's gonna suck.
Fire chicken, where are you?
Give me a regular D20 roll.
Oh.
Just a D20, naked and alone.
Please be good.
Okay, here we go.
No, put pants on.
Whew.
Oh
19.
yeah.
Okay. We're going to hold on that for just a second as we jump over to Nobody.
Oh.
Nobody, you've just called out to Azagog, Brian, and what exactly did you yell out again?
I yell out Azagog, and then I'm going to follow it up with friends.
And with
And it
that,
turns out friends is a racial slur here.
the dragon that was marching in front of you stops in its tracks.
Ooh, what does its
Just
face
see
look like?
A massive head just kind of like turns and looks back over its shoulder at you. And what you see is this old dragon face that's covered in scars and scratches and knife wounds.
That is so cool.
And it's
Hardy, this is so
But
cool.
it has a beautiful
Oh!
soul.
It's Hardy's freaking out right now, like
Oh.
Scooby-Doo shaking. But he's still poofed out, so it's even funnier.
I've loved dragons my whole life. This is so cool.
No, but you got his attention. You're not supposed to be here. He's going to try to eat you.
We'll work it out. He's awesome looking.
We'll work it out from his gut. The dragon doesn't really speak, and it doesn't show any kind of emotion. It just kind of like turns and begins to turn its body to face you.
We can be friends, Azagog.
And as you say that,
In Draconic, by the way.
oh, it's in Draconic?
Yeah, I'm saying it in Draconic.
You see, like you see the dragon then like kind of like lean its head down, just kind of
Like a cat does before it pounces on something.
almost identical. But anyway, as you say that, and you're looking at this. You have this whole scene painted, right? The dragon's wings slowly begin to rise up and stretch out.
Look, I know I'm supposed to be terrified, Hardy, but this is just amazing.
It is really cool. It's not going to be really, really cool when we're wrapped around his tongue.
We can worry about that in a second. Just enjoy. Look at this.
Nobody
Nature.
didn't. I tell you, and nobody's gonna like. Hardy's gonna grab your face like with his paws. Nobody didn't. I tell you already. I'm not supposed to be back here. Okay, I did bad things. They kicked me out. I shouldn't be here. I am what you would call exiled.
Okay, nobody puts his hands right on Hardy's face, just like he just did, and he says,
Like, where's Hardy's face in your hands? Aren't your
It's all
hands like
squished.
huge? It's like
It's-
just like
tiny. It's
But he
tiny.
doesn't
looking
let
at
go.
He's Hardy. I'm your friend. It's gonna be okay.
You think we could get out of here? Be honest with me. Do you think we're going to live through this?
We're gonna live, and we're gonna live well.
Persuasion check, please. Please roll some dice for me.
What was my check there?
Persuasion?
Hardy, David. Perception.
Yes.
persuasion.
Oh, yeah, persuasion.
Persuading Hardy with a 16.
Oh, not
On a 16, he's going to be like, okay, we've gotten through a couple of rough scraps before, didn't we? So you should
sure
be able
have.
to get through this.
Hey, I know we're not in a battle phase here, David. Can I cast a spell?
Technically, you can, but there's a couple you can do it. Yes, I'm going to explain a couple other things that happen before those effects take place.
Of course, but I'm
So
just
what's
gonna
the spell?
I'm going to touch Hardy, and I'm going to cast one of my heroisms.
You cast heroism on Hardy?
on
I
the
do.
cat.
Oh God.
I think you might need to describe what that does to the chat.
So
Yes.
heroism, as described to me, is that the character that I'm touching, it is a touch spell, is imbued with bravery.
It's PCP.
No, I'm not going to send him out and fight. I just want him to be comfortable in this. This is an awesome moment with a really cool dragon, and he's scared. I'm taking care of my little buddy.
It's PCP.
As you cast heroism on Hardy, his fur is going to stop. Oh my gosh, there's a cat. It's a little Hardy.
Yeah, it's Holmesy.
And
You broke David for a minute.
I know,
yeah,
he
I wasn't
wasn't
ready.
Sorry.
It's adorable.
I finally managed to distract him.
Squirrel. As you cast heroism on Hardy, his like all like kind of flared out fur just kind of returns to normal, and there's this like kind of soft little glow around him now, this little white glow, and he's like, "You got it. We could take on anything."
Told you.
I'm not going to ask you to do anything you can't do, little buddy.
I feel like $1 million right now, and I don't even know how much that is in catnip.
We're going to be okay.
And as you say, we're going to be okay. To set the scene, you're in these woods. The dragon has raised its wings. This massive dragon with these large horns. It's a green dragon. And as you're looking at that above you, because you can now see where the dragon is moving, the kind of sky is beginning to reveal itself. And above you, it looks like it's kind of night, but it's a very bright night, that there are stars in the sky, but there are very close like they're not little dots, they're very large. And so you see just these bright lights illuminating the sky around you. And with that, a form of kind of crack happens in the sky, a green crack.
And all of us fall through.
Oh, Nikes.
And a beam of green light descends, like a straight beam of light descends down, way off in the distance, but clearly in your line of sight. And though you don't know what it is, that green color looks awfully familiar to all of the green magic you've seen thus far. Jumping back over to Lima. Lima, you've cast the spell. You cast with a 19 to communicate somehow, to use your amulet key to use whatever remains or here of this magical tree door.
Mm-hmm.
All of your hands begin to glow from that where you were all have that mark on your hands. It all begins to glow. Whereas before it was like kind of a dim green, it starts to get brighter and brighter and brighter until all of your visions are clouded and you all find yourselves standing together in the middle of the woods.
All right.
It is very loud around you. There is constant noise and motion for the things that are living here. And I will now ask all of you to roll initiative for the final time of this campaign. And we're not exactly in the combat just yet, but we're going to roll initiative now to get us started.
17.
David doesn't know it yet, but there's not going to be a combat because we're going to be friends.
The game master doesn't know the thing yet.
10.
For the chat and just for transparency, anything can happen right now. So
But
the dice will decide what happens for all of us today now, folks.
Oh,
And
Not a
probably
big
gonna be-
fan.
This is
Nat-
it's a bunk.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Oh,
Glitter Blade is ready to go. His blade is glittered and full.
You know,
I'm
we're
a
trying
10,
to
baby.
avoid the euphemisms here.
Yeah, I kind of need like the heroisms thing, like where I go back to being Ghostblade, like for a bit.
Well, if we can get these cats together, Rob, I can give you the touch of heroism.
Okay. Okay, here we go.
Cats together, literally.
what did Lima get?
oh, sorry. 10.
Lima,
Nobody?
Bring up 10 as well.
Okay. And was that a 16 for Gimlet?
17.
17.
Very important.
Okay. As the three of you kind of like drop in here, as you look around, Lima, Kovas is with you, Dismas is with you. You're all together, and I'd like to first ask. Oh, sorry, specifically Ghostblade. What do you do? Because Ghostblade, it is your turn in the rotation. You're in a place that actually Ghostblade for you feels very familiar. You were here before. You've seen this jungle before and what it looks like. You were teleported here for a very brief time.
I got de-glittered here.
I was gonna say it looks like Happy Valley.
I got de-glittered here.
You saw Nigel here.
I did. Nigel. It's really loud. Or do I have the? Can I do like just an insight check of the things around me? Like, can I sense creatures or things in the proximity?
You already know that. You're
I
surrounded.
know that. There's
you're
everybody. Creatures are all over the place.
At this point, you feel like you're completely surrounded. Not like you're in danger surrounded, but there is life everywhere here.
But you are also in danger.
But you're also in danger.
I'm also in danger.
Right.
Is there any clear avenue of putting ourselves between open space and a defensible position?
Is there open space? I mean, sure, there's trees, but you may hide at one tree, but you're revealed from another vantage point. You're kind of, it's very open, but or I'm sorry, stealth-driven combat right now. So sure, you could take defense, but you might be seen by other creatures that are already watching you.
Yeah, that crew doesn't have a target yet, right? We're not in a...
Yeah, you're not actually engaged in combat yet.
Can we see anything like where I should be going? Because I'd like to get somewhere that I'm not feeling like something wants to eat me.
Give me a perception check.
What am I perceiving today? Oh,
Not much.
I'm perceiving 6.
SFA is what you're perceiving.
Ghostblade, you do not see a path ahead. You don't hear anything other than the noise of the jungle. Do you take shelter?
I'm going to take shelter, and I'm going to just kind of make sure every single weapon I have is at the ready.
Okay. You brace for combat.
Pretty much both daggers in hand, rapier is held, and I've kind of just ready to kind of hide and jump out from wherever I can as fast as I can.
Okay, because I'd envisioned you with like one leg up and balancing the third dagger and like a bow also notched between the dagger hands.
Like if I have enough hands to do it, I'm going to figure out how to do it. I've got the Soul Stealer 3000 in one hand.
Soul Stealer 3000. I love that name for it.
Okay,
Who the heck brands these things? Like, do they have a marketing department for
apparently just me.
stealing weapons?
No,
Yeah.
He's giving it a name. You got to have something, catchy that people can remember.
My soul is attached to it. It grew when it stabbed things.
Soul Stealer 3000.
Yeah.
I see
Catchy.
no problem there. Gimlet, it's your turn. You watch as Ghostblade kind of hunkers down, bracing for combat, readying, holding an action.
Gimlet sort of looks at him and goes, yeah, that's about normal. If we don't see anything threatening us at this point, then Gimlet's just going to sort of attend to Dismas and make sure that he's okay.
Dismas, as you look down, Dismas is like kind of overwhelmed, like overstimulated, overwhelmed, looking around here as there's so much noise and there's so many colors. And so he's like kind of like his wings are down and he's like a little scared.
Oh, no.
That is sad. But I don't know what to do about that other than try to comfort Dismas at the moment. So that's what Gimlet is doing. He's just kind of like, there, good monkey.
And he responds very positively to that. Yes, that makes him feel
give him some ear scritches and
he likes
little
that very much.
Sort of where the wing joins the rest joins his body.
That's where it gets itchy. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Is there anything else you'd like to do on this?
Nope. Actually, you know what? I will also cast Mage Armor.
Fair enough. Okay.
I figure that's a thing to have.
And moving along, nobody. You are looking up. You've just seen this beam of green light descend down and hit the ground, kind of off in the distance.
I was gonna say, do I have a feel for how far it is?
At least 100 something feet away.
Okay.
It's pretty far.
Behind
On
Brian?
the other side of Brian.
Okay.
But Brian, it's Brian's turn. And Brian's looking at you.
Well, we're about to make some friends.
And it's you just watch as his teeth begin to reveal and he kind of like furls his lip up a little bit. And you just like this big dragon that's just like kind of just even drooling already. Like licking its lips, ready. And then it starts to 1 footstep, 2 footsteps, 3 footsteps, and it's just moving slowly at you. You get the feeling like it doesn't even have to, like this creature, if it's truly trying to eat me, doesn't even feel like it needs to move quickly.
Okay.
It doesn't even see you as a threat. It's just going to come over and attempt to eat you. And that is exactly what it's going to do. It lifts its head up and then brings its head down, mouth open.
On the whole chicken hawk? On me? What are we looking at here?
Does it choke on chicken bones?
It's trying to get all of you. It's going to go for you, Hardy, and grab the chicken in one. the
Okay.
dragon hawk in one.
It's ambitious.
And here's what happens.
Yeah, here is what happens.
Here's what happens. As it picks its large head up and brings it down on you, like coming down like a claw, Hardy is going to kind of prop up bipedal for a second on his two legs and stretch himself out and say,
Oh no.
"No, didn't you hear? We're not getting eaten today, okay? I am Chloe. I am hero of the story. This is now all about me and kind of nobody a sidekick. So I am going to say no." And as he does that, there's a kind of a glimmer around you as he kind of uses that heroism to block the dragon's mouth from impacting you guys in that instant. As the dragon rolls a 2 and fails.
Ooh.
Hardy the cat
Lawyers and
deflected a dragon.
And the chat
And
has
Hardy.
spoken. Should nobody get eaten today? And they all voted no with 56%.
The chat, you were
Nice.
Hardy just then.
Wow.
Chat
Well,
imbibed
we didn't all
Hardy.
vote.
Chat
no.
is Hardy.
If it
Cat,
was,
you
if it was,
surprised me.
if it was 56%, they didn't all vote no. Let's be real about that.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a substantial minority who would have
Now
liked to have seen
the
nobody.
Never
chat
tell
is
Hardy the
now-
odds.
The chat is now fighting like over who let him live, like who let him not get eaten.
It's less a matter of who let him live and who didn't want nobody to get another weapon.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, giant monsters with large stomachs are the armories of the wild.
True. And you all have that one friend who arms the entire group with weapons from giant monsters.
Yeah.
All of you will hear.
Which, by the way, I forgot to mention before all of this, before we transported and after nobody left, Lima still has the giant sword.
Oh, yes.
True.
Okay.
So
Got
Lima
that.
is carrying both the amulet magic, that's magic from here, and then she also has this giant dark sword that we don't know
Which should
anything
probably
about
go to
yet.
somebody who knows how to use a sword.
Hey, she knows how to fight.
But does she know how to use a sword? That's the key thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
she
right,
was-
then
she
get
was
in there
taught
and
early
sword
on.
some
All of us
things.
can vouch for her.
all of you hear as the dragon, angry that it missed its attack, lets out this blood-curdling screech that just waves all of the trees back and forth. You all hear this. And it's Lima's turn.
Well, sounds like we need to go over there.
What? How did you gain that from that?
Because remember, the amulet took us to wherever nobody went. And if that scream has anything to do with nobody, we're going to want to get there as soon as possible.
No, just let the thing eat nobody, then it'll come here and attack us next.
Nobody
chat's
will
already
remember
spoken.
this.
Okay.
A small
picked up-
indicator appears on the top of your screen.
Nobody isn't hearing this.
I know.
And also, he can't remember it if he's dragon poop.
I am not, because Hardy and nobody are doing work.
That is true.
Okay, so Lima is going to she's gonna grab the giant sword that she has with both hands, and she's gonna start taking off in the direction of that screen.
Thank you, Lima.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you
fun.
you use your dash action. And
Yes.
Lima, you start running ahead, and eventually you just kind of come to this clearing, and all you see is like off about from with your run speed, you're about 30 feet away from it at this point. It's there, you see it, you see the back of a dragon, and you see over on the other side is nobody and Hardy riding the dragon hawk still.
Okay.
Nobody, you see Lima.
Lima!
Oh, okay.
They're here,
Uh,
Hardy. they're
Element of
here
surprise lost.
How the heck did they get here?
with friendship.
If my eye
The
rolled,
power of friendship.
The magic of friendship.
it's the friends we made along the way, huh? Is that what it is?
Hardy, it's all of us.
I feel very strange right now. Anyway, Lima, it's your turn.
Okay.
I love it when Hardy
didn't I just go though?
You'd use your dash as an action. You would still have a bonus action if you wanted to use, if you have one that you can use.
Would that be indicated somehow, or is this
Yeah, it
something
would
that I can
say
choose?
bonus action on it. If you don't, I don't actually think you do have any unless you leveled up and took one. I haven't seen. So that's fine.
I don't think so.
With that, nobody, your turn. Dragon overhead, like hovering over you, ready to eat you. What do you do?
First, I yell, Lima, this is Brian. We're going to make friends.
Lima's just going to go like very, very quietly.
And this is Dylan. He's also my friend.
She's just going to like look quizzically at him with that and be like, I don't know, man.
I don't know where he got these names from.
Oh, Hardy, you're such a card. Cast command on Azagog.
Okay.
What?
I don't think it works on monstrosities. Does it? I think it has to be humanoids.
I don't. Creature I see in range. He's definitely in range. Target has to succeed a wisdom throw. It's some typical commands, and they follow at higher levels. I can do more creatures. Is there somewhere I should see it doesn't work on large things?
No, you are right. It just says creature, but it has to beat the wisdom save. What is the number it has to beat? I'm rolling it now.
15.
19.
Well, Azagog, you're a good rolling. But
He's a big dragon with very high stats. It's going to be hard to do like.
Gonna say like the scars didn't give it away that he might be a little wise.
It's all right. It's all right. You know what?
But what are you saying though?
I was saying befriend.
I feel like we've got scars and none of us are wise.
Yeah, but I don't look like a giant dragon that looks like it's eaten everything that has come its path.
Here's the thing.
I mean, you could. You just aren't trying hard enough.
Sometimes really good friendships are formed in these kinds of situations. And sometimes it takes more than one attempt to really make that friendship stick. We're going to be okay.
So the dragon, as you like call out, befriends to it.
Yes, befriend.
It like stops in its place and it just like looks up, looks at you.
Yeah.
And it like looks very angry and very aggressive and mutters out in Draconic, like old Draconic.
I understand Draconic.
Do any of the rest of you speak Draconic? Chat, do you speak Draconic?
Nope.
Chat totally speaks Draconic. Are we kidding yourself?
Definitely.
Wait, is it Draconic or is it Draconic Thieves Camp? Because if it's
it's a variation.
I speak Common, Draconic, and Infernal. I went to Draconic school.
Is that a special Saturday school?
Well, it's special if you want to know the history of dragons. Yeah, absolutely. I love dragons.
Nobody, you understand that while this, you've never heard Draconic spoken in the old tongue like this before.
It's like an accent.
It's kind of I would say that it's kind of like an accent. So, but it's also like kind of hard for you to understand because it's so different from what you've learned.
But do I get any bits and pieces?
Oh yeah, you totally understand. What it says is, what you're able to make out is blood of the deceivers shall be spilt.
Okay.
Oh, can we just yell out and say, what did he say?
On your turn.
You're not
Ghostblade the metagamer.
No. Hey, yeah. Well, I do I have enough time to yell that out to Lima? Lima's underfoot, right?
Yeah, she's 30 feet from you, so technically, yeah, you can.
Yeah, no. So I will relay that. And I'll say, Lima, he's going on about deceivers. Have we made any lies, lately?
Any in particular that you can think of?
Don't know. He seems to have a chip on his shoulder, and it's preventing us from having a good friendship. You never want to start out with deception. Good communication is key.
She's just gonna give him a thumbs up.
Just does the.
And with that, nobody. That is it for your turn. Ghostblade, it is your turn. Ghostblade, you're still far away, but you just heard that low rumbling draconic voice. It echoed throughout the whole jungle here. What do you do?
Like, I'm gonna run up and see if I can. I'm gonna see what I can do getting close to this dragon to see what's going on, because I don't see everything, right?
You don't have line of sight on the dragon just yet.
All right, I want to move to a place where I can get line of sight on the dragon.
Okay. You do that. You move
Now
out
I
of
can
place,
see the dragon?
You run through and you see nobody is riding the dragon hawk up fighting with the massive dragon. And what do you do?
Are we still in areas of trees where I can like sneak around the trees to try?
100%. Now you have clear vantage that you can hide within the trees.
I'm gonna hide within the trees and try to sneak around to the side of the dragon so I can see everything in my periphery.
Okay. You do that. You move through. You get a good spot, and you can see the dragon is pretty fixated on nobody right now, and Hardy. So you do have the options to move around. So I think with that you would have taken your dash action to get there. But is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I want to wait. This is me. Sorry, I was reading something. I was reading. I get distraction. Sorry, squirrel.
Rob, it's fine.
It happens. It happens.
Squirrel.
I'm not judging.
Okay.
This
no,
is
I
why
want.
this is low level stuff, so it doesn't distract me.
I want to yell out to nobody, and well, no, I can't do that while hiding.
Oh, you
No.
can. Come on
I can.
out.
Yeah, I can scream towards the dragon and towards you, like without drawing its attention. I don't think that's in my skill
Kind
set.
of defeats the purpose.
I would rather remain hidden where I can be more effective than scream out and ask what he said, because I think I can feel the dragon's intentions.
It's all been built into this. We're all in it together.
Is that it for your turn?
Yes.
Gimlet, it's your turn. You're still distant away. What would you like to do?
I'll move up a little closer. And
Okay.
has this thing been attacking?
It did try to attack nobody, though technically you didn't see that. But once you get close enough, you'll tell this thing's trying to kill him.
Okay. Is it dim light or is this well lit?
Because of the dragon's wings very much moving these trees, you have clear line of sight light.
All right. Well, I am going to summon a shadow spawn. And
Nice.
The flavor of it. You know what? We're going to go with a despair shadow spawn.
What does the shadow spawn look like for you if you were to flavor it?
So it's given that it's a despair shadow spirit, it's kind of a shadowy figure that is shambling and looks kind of dissolved and has sort of this mournful look on it. But it's still, mobile. It's actually quite fast. And I'm going to put it sort of on the other side of nobody because it also radiates an aura of the weight of sorrow. So any creature other than me that starts its turn within 5 feet of the spirit has its speed reduced by 20 feet until the start of that creature's next turn.
And technically that would include nobody.
No, I'm putting it on the other side.
On the other side, so it's not affecting. Okay, yeah. Got you.
So is it close to me then? Because I feel like I'm on the opposite side of nobody.
No, you're on.
Me.
It's
You're
on the other side of the dragon. That would be the better way to say it.
Okay.
And I think it gets to make an attack. So
It does.
Because it acts right after my turn. So let me just figure out how I roll dice again here. How I roll arbitrary dice.
I'm still trying to figure out how you did any of that.
He can summon shadows.
So
That
it
attack.
has my spell attack modifier to hit, which is +7. So that's a 26 armor class.
That's a massive hit.
All right. This thing is it actually hits fairly nicely.
Are we talking about something you're using in combat or smoking? Sorry. Sorry.
Yes.
Family friendly ghost blade.
I'm sorry. It was too.
It hits for 9 points of cold damage.
The shadows hit with cold.
They do.
Do I
So
see any of
Gimlet is
this?
just like
Nobody sees all of this.
Gimlet
No!
summons this
But
thing to
nobody,
start
you don't
attacking.
know that Gimlet cast it because you're kind of fixated on the dragon, so you're not
Okay.
seeing everything happen over there. And he's on a distance and casting from a distance.
So I
You
see
just
a shadow
watch
come up and
As this swirl of darkness begins to move and twirl, and then this shadow creature emerges and attacks the dragon. And
No.
how much damage was that, Gimlet?
9 points of cold damage.
9 damage. Okay.
what is even
the-
happening?
The dragon has taken a hit. And with that, it is the Dragon Hawk's turn.
Uh-oh.
We can't be friends with everything. Some of this stuff's gonna murder us.
Wait,
The
the fire
dragon-
chicken still gets a turn?
It's absolutely, it's still sentient.
Okay.
Nice.
The Dragon Hawk is going to move you, nobody. It's going to, whereas it would have been side profile. Now it's going to turn and put its face at the dragon
Okay.
because it tried to eat him. So he's going to defend himself. So he's going to, nobody, I need a quick constitution save from you because it's lighting on fire.
Oh.
The whole
The Dragon
whole-
Hawk is igniting on fire, so its back is igniting.
But aren't tieflings?
Do I get to react at
Does
all?
he have any fire protection just by
It's-
nature of his?
Well, it's not trying to
species?
attack you, so it wouldn't be considered like an attack of opportunity on it.
I do have a fire resistance. I don't know if that changes anything.
That was what I was going to say.
Right. So then I think you would roll at advantage.
Okay.
See,
Is it
I'm learning
advantage
the
or just
rules.
half
I'm learning the
damage?
rules.
13.
13 on a 13, it's like it starts to feel uncomfortably hot without taking any damage. But nobody, yeah, you're literally on top of fire right now, and it's going to get through your armor.
Can I
Potentially.
calm him at all? Do I have any reaction that I can do on this?
It's because it's not directly targeted at you, not yet, but it is almost your turn.
Okay.
it's
We'll just hang
a
on
save.
then. We'll just ride the fire.
And with that, the Dragon Hawk is going to reach out and try to peck at the dragon, and is going to land. And the Dragon Hawk does 9 damage to the big
Wow.
green dragon.
Nice.
Cool.
Just
Go
like
fire chicken.
boom, like hits him right in the nostrils, and the dragon's head ducks down a little bit from that hit. It's the dragon's turn. Dragon is going to respond to that and tear at the Dragon Hawk with its giant fangs.
I would like to try to intercept.
Please describe what you do.
Well, however this is happening with his giant fangs, I'm going to try to get in the way of it with my shield and prevent it from attacking my chicken hawk friend.
Do you have interception? You have an interception ability, right?
I do have interception ability. I have fighting style interception. When a creature you can see hits a target other than you within 5 feet of you with an attack, you can use your action to reduce the damage the target takes by 1d10 plus 3.
David, can we get a perception?
you
Can we get
see
an
that?
understanding of how big the shield is that nobody is trying
I'm-
to use versus the mouth of this dragon?
Once we get the dice roll, I'll explain the whole thing. What's the
Oh,
dice
man.
roll? Nobody.
So I'm rolling a 1d10. Is that accurate?
Right.
Okay. So total on that is a 6. So I believe I reduced damage by 6.
You reduce damage by 6. Okay.
Yes, to a minimum of 0.
So what happens is nobody, you kind of lean forward a bit. You have to take a couple steps up as the dragon opens its mouth, and the dragon's mouth is bigger than the entire Dragon Hawk's face.
Sure.
So it could go in and just bite him with one bite, and that's what it's going to try to do. But nobody, you're going to step forward with your shield in hand. Which hand is it in?
So my shield's in my left, my flail's in my my flail's in my right, my gun's in my back on my back. So yeah, the interception fighting style, in case this helps, David, says I can use both a martial weapon and a shield. So however I'm defending it, I'm out there doing both.
And as you put out your shield, you kind of like, you're going to have to like run up and kind of just balance yourself on the creature's neck to kind of intercept it with the shield. You're just going to like kind of like just tap.
Yeah, it's like a boop.
The teeth of the dragon, and it's going to stop the dragon from impacting completely, but its bottom teeth are going to be able to still hit the dragon hawk. But you're able to stop its top jaw, but the bottom jaw is going to hit and create some damage, and the dragon hawk is going to take a very large amount of damage.
The 6 didn't save it. Huh?
The 6 reduced it, but it certainly was impacted. But it's not dead. And you did save it from probably being totally dead. And now, Lima, it's your turn. You just watched this all play out.
Lima is going to first and foremost blind this dragon.
We could still be friends, Lima.
You just boop the snoot and it just slit the throat of your dragon chicken or your dumpster chicken, fire chicken.
Dumpster
Did
chicken.
you say dumpster chicken?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Caution, folks, do not
kill
eat the dumpster chicken.
The dragon certainly just tried.
And that is legal advice, folks.
That's just practical life advice.
Don't eat chicken out of a dumpster.
Don't eat the dumpster chicken. What is the saving throw he has to do, Lima?
Let's see. It needs to be 14.
He rolled a 13.
He's blind.
All right.
Is he
He's
blind or
blind.
deaf?
He's blind.
Nobody. As you're holding your shield up there, you watch as his eyes kind of gray over and he becomes blinded. Lima, it's still your turn.
Nobody is always the one to see this up close.
I do. I've seen this before. I got this one.
He gets close to the mouth of these giant creatures.
Okay, so then she's gonna run around to like basically like hit his face. Knowing that he can't see her anymore, she's gonna like sort of like tiptoe, like running tiptoe over there.
Right. Lima, a quick perception check.
Okay.
Perception.
13.
On a 13, as you've just cast the spell and you run up ahead. And Lima, you notice that your amulet is glowing exceptionally bright right now.
Okay.
Blinded by the light.
Not blinding, but it's like it's at full power right now.
Okay. She's gonna turn to nobody, and she, because he's right there, and she's gonna tell him what Kovas told her about the amulets being the keys to the trees that are the doorways. And then she's gonna say, like, the fact that it's glowing right now, I don't know what this means. I hope that it doesn't mean that someone else can detect that we're here.
Just really fast.
Do you think we should break it?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I want to
think
break
that's a
it.
terrible idea.
No, don't break it. Big explosion if you break something like that. You don't break magical items. You don't know what they do.
Well, give it to me. I'll break it. We could break it on the dragon if you're so insistent on making it our enemy.
Nobody, you have a dragon's mouth on your hand right now.
Then we can throw it in the mouth.
Quit trying to
just-
break everything.
Explosive.
Be friends with the amulet.
I think I let's not break things that have been in my family for generations just yet. You know, maybe we can pause on that and focus on the dragon first.
Except her family, because we've been breaking her family.
It's been breaking itself for a while, to be totally honest.
Okay, Lima, but I think we should really think about breaking your amulet.
And then Lima's just going to be like, no.
Okay.
Hey. Anything else you need to do or want to do? You've just run up. You've communicated with nobody. You've blinded, deafed. Great. Awesome. Nobody, your turn. the creature is blinded, and you've now been informed that there's some kind of magical amulet is interfering here. And if you would have seen it, you'd see that it's super glowy.
Well, I'm not going to make decisions for Lima on her amulet. So if I understand correctly, I've just booped the top teeth of the dragon with my shield and my paraphernalia. I'm trying to get a grips of how big this head is. I would like to see if I can climb up it.
You always want to climb on these
Athletics
monsters.
check.
We are so full of good ideas today.
Love this.
Okay. All right.
Do you, though?
Like I said, anything that happens here is up to you guys.
Oh, man. We don't have
Are you
any
kidding me?
What?
Oh. Nobody, you lower your shield when with your other hand kind of fling it up and over and hoist yourself onto the top of the dragon's face. You climb up. What do you do from here?
I am going to try to command him again with a befriend.
Okay, what's the save?
15 wisdom. Brian, this is really one of our last chances. I'm not going to be able to prevent them from killing you. So befriend.
Yeah, well, you rolled a nat 1, so
you're such a friend.
You kind of what exactly do you say with his?
Oh, so I said all that, and then I cast command, and then I said befriend.
Okay. And as you nothing immediately. Yeah, you're on top of his head, but he's blinded, and you just put your hand over him and cast befriend, and you could tell for an instant that there's something is happening here, and he just kind of stops advancing, but he hasn't moved. He just stops moving. He does not know what to do.
Lima, I just cast command on him. He's our friend. He's our friend. Can you tell everybody else to stop hitting him?
Are we sure it worked?
Also, I'm riding a dragon. Can you believe this? This is everything.
Frankly, I'm surprised to see you on top of it and not inside of it.
I know you blinded him. We'll have to explain that later after we're all around the campfire or something with our new dragon. I'm so pumped. Party! We did it!
Okay, we're on top of dragon, and I know I feel heroic and stuff, but like I don't like being up here.
That heroism is really conflicting with your natural emotions.
Yes, I'm still a cat, remember?
We're gonna spread our wings and soar so high, Hardy.
I'm scared of heights.
Okay. All right, don't bring me down, cat.
Don't bring me down.
I can't. I'm scared of heights. I look down. Oh, there's big distance.
All right, don't look down, buddy. We got this. Okay, Lima, tell everybody else. Tell everyone. Tell everybody in the forest, in the trees, in every dimension.
Oh God.
So she'll just kind of sigh and go use thaumaturgy to make her voice really loud so that Gimlet and Ghostblade know like
Don't
dragon seems to be under control.
We've got Azagog / Brian.
Yeah, I don't think your spell lasts forever, so you may need to.
It doesn't last. It lasts one turn, but we're gonna live in the moment.
No!
Oh boy.
We're really living in the moment here, huh?
Maybe living only for a moment.
It's actually, I guess it's 2 turns. It has to listen to it on its next turn. So we got time. We got time.
Okay, that's your turn. Ghostblade, what do you do?
I'm going to both ask Lima and nobody. Lima, why does it look like it can't see? Because I don't know if I know it's blinded. And hopefully she tells me it's blinded.
Lima's going to respond and say I blinded him.
And then nobody, you said that it's our friend. For how long is it supposed to be our friend?
I think forever.
I have known nobody long enough that I do not believe him at all.
Well, look, literally,
Knowing that this thing is blinded and at least for the moment is nobody's friend, I would actually kind of like to sneak attack it and
no,
try.
wait a minute. Like, okay, hold on. Like all good friendships, it starts with a single step, right? So this is a magically induced kind of friendship right now, but through it, we can gain a real friendship.
Nobody, every real friendship you have tried to develop, both with the Black Knight, with every creature you have encountered, save the three of us around you,
Hardy's
resulted
been my
in
friend.
bad things.
Hardy's been eaten twice with me. He still loves me.
Oh, love is a little stretch. I don't think we're there yet, pal.
Hardy, do you have an input? Would you prefer that I try to attack this thing before the friendship stops?
Are you literally asking Hardy over my shoulder?
You know, I kind of feel like this is internal tension right now, and I really don't want to interrupt this moment, so I'm going to plead the fifth. Is that what you people would say?
Yes, I think that's what you would say.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta do something. Yeah.
Have you considered coming up to it and maybe trying to indicate that you're a friend? Let it smell you. Let it understand you.
The fact
You
that
gave
it
it the
just
command. No one else did.
exactly the fact that it just like tried to eat the monster / creature that you are previously riding before this, and has dripping fangs and all of the scars and is snarling and looking bad. I think that I'd kind of like to go after at least one of its eye to make sure that blinding is permanent.
This is really going to put a crimp in our friendship plans.
Remember, friendship can include eyeball stabbing.
Oh, it also can't see. It can't see where the eyeball stabbing is coming from, so it doesn't know that any of us did it.
Ghostblade, roll for it.
I feel like it can draw that conclusion.
I don't know.
From
Ghostblade, what dagger are you using?
Soul Stealer 3000.
Oh no.
Okay.
You're gonna put the dragon in with all the other people whose souls are. Oh God.
18.
This has gotten away from us, Hardy.
18's a hit.
And because it's sneak attack, and I have two weapon attacks, so there's 5.
I'm just making a mess of this eyeball.
There's 5. That's 18 damage for the first dagger.
I feel complicit now.
The second dagger to hit is a 25.
That's also a hit.
I mean, you kind of, yeah.
And that's 5. That's 14 total damage on the second dagger.
What's the armor class of an eyeball on a magically subdued blind dragon? I don't know.
Well, you unload on this creature. Goes nobody. You watch this Ghostblade
into its eyeball.
Kind of climbs on top of the creature and just
no Ghostblade, no.
Stabs and slashes and cuts through the eyeball, and it just kind of explodes into a goopy mess, and you hear this like kind of screech of pain come from this creature. And Ghostblade, you take the Soul Stealer 3000 and plunge it into the the dragon's eye. And with that,
it's a stab of friendship.
It's a stab of friendship. And both of you find yourselves falling for a second. So I need both of you to roll dexterity saves.
Who's the you here? Who's both of you?
Both of you that are on top of the dragon.
That includes me.
The people wearing hats.
Dex save 17.
So that's a 2.
Oh no.
Okay. So no. This is so for all of you, the Lima and Gimlet. You guys are watching. You see as he climbs up and he slashes through, and as he stabs this dagger, this mysterious dagger, into the dragon's eye, the dragon itself vanishes, disappearing.
What?
The two of them fall. Nobody.
Did I lose my dagger?
You fall and land on your back. And it's like kind of knocks the wind out of you on a 2.
My first reaction is Hardy okay?
Hardy lands on his feet.
Hardy's a cat.
Yeah, of course.
Hardy
I'm like
lands on
older.
top of you, and he looks.
I'm a big tiefling. I don't want to land on Hardy.
Hardy lands
I
on
mean,
top
unless you,
of
like,
you and looks
literally
down at your
yeet-
face. He's like, "That didn't go as planned."
Unless you literally yeet him into a wood chipper, Hardy's going to be fine.
It didn't go as planned. Hardy.
Ghostblade, you are able to you fall because it was a long fall and it was kind of instant, but you are able to brace yourself when you land.
So he does like a superhero.
He does a superhero landing.
land.
And Ghostblade, before your feet, clangs what was once your dagger and seems to now be a long sword with a glowing red gem in it.
It's gotten way longer.
I did the thing, and I killed the stabbed the thing, and it did the thing that we didn't think it was going to do.
You did nothing but end a friendship and a dragon to ride.
A friendship
Combat-
that lasted one turn. One turn that friendship was going to last.
We didn't even get to see how long it would have lasted.
Don't
Glitter
care.
Blade.
Combat has ended. What do you do?
Well, a lot of things haven't.
I'm going to hold up this sword in victory because the sword has a red gem in it.
Dismas runs up next to you and does the same hero pose.
Yes.
You know, I've got to say this could have gone better, but like, how are we getting out of here?
It could have gone worse, too.
I mean, how did
Nobody
you guys
walked
even
into
get
the
here?
jungle.
By the way, what's Kovas doing? Because isn't he supposed to be with us also?
Oh, do you look for Kovas?
Yeah.
Kovas is gone.
Oh. Well, that's convenient.
I like these.
How convenient.
Kovas said he wanted to go find his mom.
Oh.
No.
Wait, maybe she's the big bad end guy.
I really hope not.
It's not.
Why is it always the family drama?
I'll confirm that.
Like Black
I have
Dark
my
Knight,
head down. I'm not staying for
Kovas,
any of
Mom.
this.
Because
Kovas
you
just
big
wants his
people
mom back. He's not bad.
need to
I'm
sort
walking
your
away.
family crap out.
I like that he leaves his sister behind to deal with a giant dragon.
Did he know that there was a giant dragon there? Y'all just ran away.
I mean, he could have.
Could have asked.
Well, so now you're all standing here in this jungle, and I'd like to ask you, what do you all want to do? It seems that this dragon, which Hardy had called some kind of like gatekeeper, has been thwarted.
Oh,
So
But did
I
it
would
become
like
late?
to look around to see like if there's some sort of a gateway nearby that he's been guarding that we just haven't had a chance to look at.
You you start investigating the. Give me an investigation check.
Those never seem to go well for me. 2.
you are right.
Lima, amongst all of the tension and emotions are high. You can't really find a trail. Gimlet, give me a perception check.
Oh, perception. That's where I'm not excelling. That's a 1. Straight up 1.
Gimlet, amongst all of the emotions and everything is the tensions are high here. You don't see anything out of the ordinary. Nobody, give me a perception check.
Just to be clear, David, I'm not looking around for anything. I'm sulking.
That's fine. Perception check. You could still sulk and possibly see something.
I guess with a 19.
Oh, you definitely see. Nobody. As you're sulking and you walk away from the party, but as you look over, you see something glowing, kind of behind a tree line.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like kind of follow it?
Yeah, but I don't tell anybody about it. I just head in that
What
direction.
a jerk.
Nobody. As you start to take a couple of steps away, and this is right where you guys were fighting. This is just a couple of paces away from where you were, and you start to follow it, and it's this glimmer. And as you like kind of peer behind the trees, you see that there is a bit of a hill going down, and at the bottom of this hill are 8 more eternity trees down what looks like a mile down into this pit, sprouting up They're all alive. And if you look around, well, real quick, as you look around, you'll see that there are 2 spots where those trees have been clearly destroyed. There's 8 remaining.
And we got intertemporal, interdimensional trees again. Well, hey guys, everybody but Glitterblade, we got more trees down here, so I'm gonna go check it out.
I love that you think this dragon was actually going to be your friend.
Glitterblade,
Like,
I don't want to hear from you.
really thought about it. I just,
Okay.
Do the rest of you go down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I've got up to an hour, I think, left on my shadow spawn, so it's following us.
It's following us and making it sad. That works for me.
David, do you remember those crayons? Do you remember those crayons
like
that Trinity gave me?
Yeah.
Can I launch one at nobody right now?
I thought you would have eaten them by now.
Just no, I don't eat crayons.
You're not a Marine then.
I swear to Lime of God's Glitterblade, if you throw that at me.
I'm throwing every crayon I have at you right now.
Hardy starts to play it like tag, like he's trying to hit them.
You know what? Summon Nightwind, throw the stone over there so he sparkles all over nobody.
Nightwind summons nobody. You're covered in sparkles.
Yep. There you go. There you go.
Lima's gonna turn and look at the Dementor looking thing kind of walking behind us and just sort of like wave at it and then like turn and like keep walking.
It waves back.
She'll just like
Glitterblade, I'm throwing.
It probably makes this noise.
It makes that noise as it waves.
It's like hi. Like the friendliest voice. Hi.
Hi, buddy. Hope you find your dad. Like that kind of thing.
Thanks, Mr. Wall.
Yes,
you guys all
weaponized
go
it.
down and you see that there are these 8 gigantic eternity trees here. Lima, your amulet is like, it feels like it's gonna just explode with the amount of energy radiating off of it. What do you do?
Well, it seems like we're literally getting warmer, so maybe keep going in that direction.
Hey, Lima, you did you get them here before? How did you get here?
How did we get here?
How did you 3 of you get here? I mean, we got teleported on the thingy with we were on the chicken, Dylan, who's out there bleeding to death. But like, how did you 3 get here?
So nobody had the branch from the first tree. And then what we did was we stood on the ashes of the second tree and then all got in a circle. And I put out the amulet in front of me and I meditated on it. And it transported us here.
So what you're telling me is that you have the power to use these trees and get us out of here?
You've got
maybe.
power.
Possibly. Unless one of these trees takes us to someplace else that's not home. I don't know.
Very much like to get out of here. Can you get us out of here?
She's going to kind of like squint her eyes a little bit and be like, is there anything else that you haven't told us?
Okay. Have you heard of fish taxes?
Fish taxes?
Excuse me, what?
Right. Fish tax. So I didn't pay my fish taxes and I was exiled from Rentoki Island. Okay. It's a big deal. Not good.
Okay.
Hardy, you're a tax scofflaw?
Okay, look, don't judge me, okay? I make very good business decisions and some pretty bad ones too.
Like blue cheese sales?
Hey, that's a delicacy.
That's one of his better decisions, I think.
Windex cheese sales.
So
Cart
like,
stealing.
Honestly,
Windex
I
cheese.
assumed it would be something a little more dramatic than that.
well, I mean, there are other things, but like, I don't want,
I'm leaving them to go back up the hill.
I might be behind on alimony payments too. I don't want to deal with that either. Okay, can you get me out of here, please?
Hardy,
Alimony payment.
Hardy, do you
How
need
many
assist
kittens
in
do you have?
modifying that alimony? We might be able to find a brains petition that we can file, like, and try to get that thing changed.
Glitterblade,
How long have you been paying that?
You have some
You really
experience in
think?
these
Oh, I
taxes?
haven't paid a dime.
Okay.
Oh my goodness gracious!
And this is alimony, not child support, right? We're not doing kitten support. This is alimony.
Oh, that's
All
a
right,
separate.
Cleric.
That's a separate filing altogether.
Oh,
but
Okay,
I
the
have
cart
both.
was destroyed, so you lost your income, right? We can figure
Okay,
this out.
Glitterblade. All right, Hardy, do you want to stay with Lima? I'm going back up the hill.
No, nobody. We have to get out of here. We're not
No.
safe here.
I'm not. I'm gonna go back up the hill. You want to stay with Lima?
No, we go together. We're all part of the.
Hardy, you're with me. We're going back up the hill.
But I need to leave eternity. We have to go back to reality.
Hardy, your options are stay with Lima or come with me.
You're
Nobody,
really
what-
going to split the
What's
crew?
going on?
I'm going back up the hill.
Why?
He's still sulking.
I am still sulking, but also we left a freaking dragon hawk up there.
Yeah, he was bleeding out, and he wasn't really like.
He helped us. What kind of man are you?
No,
Gimlet,
he helped
Gimlet, you want to
himself.
go back,
He
don't
helped
you?
Himself.
Right, Gimlet? Come on, Gimlet. Yes, you want? We get have Lima can help get us out of here. Yeah.
We're not leaving him. He doesn't have enough sense to stay alive. He's gonna try to befriend a Wolverine or something.
Oh, Ghostblade,
Honey Badger.
You want to leave? You want to leave?
I
really don't to stay.
want to leave. Nobody is. Why are you going back up there? Do you really want the fire chicken so bad?
Want him? He's a sentient creature. You maniac.
He's a sentient creature that essentially was fending for its own life and almost got killed by the dragon. Who knows how many hit points that sentient creature has left? I think he might have bled out.
Well, then at bare minimum, we can give him a decent rest.
I feel like you're motivated for some other purpose to get up this hill.
Well, somebody killed my dragon, didn't they?
It wasn't your
It wasn't your dragon.
Hey, Lima,
I'm walking up the
right?
hill.
We want to go home, right? You don't have any reason to stay here, do you?
Hardy, stop. I'm walking up the hill.
Well, I mean, look, Corvus is also somewhere around here. We have no idea where he went.
Exactly, Lima. Let's go find Corvus after we give the dragon hawk rest.
Well,
All right, let's go.
I can't believe we're staying in eternity.
We can go check out the dragon hawk and then make a decision after that, Hardy. You don't have to be as myopic as Glitterblade.
Well, actually, I think, my friends, that is where we have to end today's episode of Lawyers and Dragons. The campaign will end with them crossing over into eternity. Phase 1, the Trees of Eternity. Conclusion.
But hey, Soul Stealer 3000 became Soul Stealer 10,000.
You can't
I
just
will
add
say,
arbitrary numbers.
As part of an immediate epilogue, as you guys get back up the hill, you will be able to go and save the Dragonhawk, who will stay with nobody because he feels compelled to stay with him for rescuing him.
Nice.
So you have added a +1 feathery companion to your team.
So we've got this giant dragon chicken with us. We've also got Dismas. We've got the cat. We've got
kind of a zoo,
glitter
going
unicorn, and we've got this random Dementor guy that's just hanging out for an hour.
Now you're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Mind you, that nobody is walking up that hill completely covered in glitter.
I know.
And so
thanks to a
next time,
tantrum,
we will find out what's going on and how are they going to escape. And what else could be happening in the realm of eternity?
So, does that mean that everybody on this stream is committed to coming back next year to do another season of this?
Do we have to wait a
Yes.
year?
It's not a year. Next
It's
year.
not a year. It's like
calendar
a couple
flips.
months.
Next season.
Yeah, and also in the interim, and I guess we could say this now.
Okay.
But there's a very strong chance that through the holidays, sparingly, we're going to be doing fan-focused games that take place in eternity.
What?
With you?
This is
the
news
chat.
to me.
It's news to Rick, guys. He definitely didn't know. I definitely didn't tell him.
No, I was aware of fan games, and I was aware of, hey, are you around? I believe was the message sent from David, give or take. So that's fantastic. So yeah, we'll be partying in eternity.
It's
We'll be
still
partying in Lawyers and Dragons. We'll see what it looks like. And I think I can say we're going to be doing season 2 next year. Not a year from now, as Rob might hear, but next year in the calendar. So, folks, thank you so much for hanging out with us in Lawyers and Dragons. I see chat, by the way, saying Rob and Rick have to hug it out. Just so to be clear, I'm acting. I'm an actor. You know, I don't hate Rob. I mean, I hate what Glitterblade did as nobody, but that we can work that out in the future. It's always good to have strands to pull on in the next season of Lawyers and Dragons, folks. So,
and like most problems, I'm sure this one can be solved with violence
or friendship. Could go either way.
Next campaign is violence and friendship.
Constitution. Dex save. Opening scene.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. So, folks, thank you so much, everybody. I saw so many gifted memberships, which is awesome. So much contributions in terms of voice and funniness and quips that I tried to highlight as much as I could while we were playing through this episode. I am so thankful. I will try not to make this like a big wedding toast for everybody on screen right now. I'm so thankful for everybody in chat. We did working around some things 15 weeks in a row to have this fun experience with each other and with you. And I could not do it. I literally could not do it without all of these people giving their time and energy to having Lawyers and Dragons be a part of all of our Saturday mornings or Saturday, whenever it is in your neck of the woods. I can't express how much I am thankful to Alyte, how much I'm thankful to Rob, how much I'm thankful to Ian. And he is going to get an especially, because Dungeon Master, Game Master is hard. Especially how much I am thankful to David, who is amazing. And you should all check out Prototopics and all the things they're doing over there. And you should especially check out Prototopics in about 5 minutes from whenever I end this stream, because we're all going to be congregating over there to have a cool powwow, meet up, talk through exactly what happened in this season, exactly how much stuff we ruined for David, both across the season and today, and just have a great time talking with friends about everything that we've experienced. David, you have anything else to say before we transition over? Because it's your show now, man.
Friends. We'll see you all over there, folks. And if you want to take part in the follower games, we're going to be doing that soon. And that's going to be on that Discord. So if you want to check that out, and you'll probably also hear it from them too, once we get the final details aired out. But
all right, folks, we'll see you over there. We're going to have some fun. Thank you so much to everybody. There will be more Lawyers and Dragons. I can guarantee it. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about going over to David's channel, Prototopics, right now. Hopefully this redirect works. We will see you on the other side. Thank you so much, everybody.